Welcome everybody to today's Lunch and Learn from Codabears. Your presenter today is going to be Barb Hemme going over purchasing. This meeting is being recorded.
Shipping.
Oh, shipping. Sorry.
We're doing shipping today.
I had the wrong note.
Not ready
Dang
to
it.
do purchasing.
So Barb will be presenting on shipping. I do have everyone muted so that we can eliminate the background noise. If you do have questions, go ahead and type them into the chat window, and when Barb's done, we'll come back and address those. All right, I'm going to mute myself and take off my camera, and you should be good to go, Barb.
Okay, so hopefully everybody can see the PowerPoint. If you can't, let me know and I will try to adjust.
It's up
As
there.
we
You're good.
said, I'm good? Okay, good. So today we are going to go over shipping. And so there's not a lot to shipping, and yet there is. So when we talk about shipping, there are a lot of places to put information into the system. One is company configuration, one is site configuration. FOB maintenance is it goes across all spectrums. Receivables would use FOB maintenance. Payables can use FOB maintenance. So the shipping configurations are not just for um, they're not just for shipping, they are for other areas of the system as well. We can use shipping in part maintenance. We would set up carrier maintenance in our configurations and our ship via maintenance. So all of these are tables that we would want to take a look at before we use the shipping module. And I put the note down here that many of the codes are also used in receiving. Uh, my counterpart, Chris, he will be showing receiving next week. So if you see some things as we go through the module that I'm skipping, he'll go over them next week in his session. So where do we work on our shipping? They come from sales. So our sales come from order entry, quick orders, or counter sales. In order to determine what is ready to be shipped, we need to run some reports. So on your screen, I have two different reports that I've run. One is our scheduled shipments report. This says that, for example, we have one on here from May 5th of 2021, and we said that the customer ID here is Dalton. It's coming from our sales order number 5373 with our lines in our release, gives us the part number, and tells us that this customer has requested that their shipment go via UPS and that the order quantity is 100 pieces. It also says that it's a standard cost part. And it's telling us to ship to their plant number one. In this case, it's Dalton to Dalton. The second thing that we have on here is the sales order pick list. And you can use either one of these reports to pull in your shipment. What we're looking for here is details. So if you look on the um, top left right here, oops, sorry, let me go back. If you look on the top left, you'll see that we have that order number 5373 again. That's telling us that it's ready to be picked, and in this case, it's telling us what the warehouse is, what bin we can find this product in. The quantity on hand is saying that there's 100. We also get the job information on the bottom part, which shows that this is coming from job 2424. So both of these give you the same type of information. It's just cutting and dicing it in a different way. So once we have that, we can actually ship a sales order, and I'm going to skip down to on my screen and pull up Kinetic. We've had some people that have been asking about the difference between the Kinetic screens and the classic screens. Sometimes in Kinetic, there are different screens. Most of the time, they're exactly the same as what you've been looking at. Everything is just in a different spot. So in this case, we're going to go to customer shipment entry, and we want to do a packing slip for that order 5373. So we're going to hit the little plus sign here. In the old system, you would just use your left-hand corner to say add a new shipment. We will do a plus sign here, and it's going to tell us what order do we want to ship. We're going to pull that right in from our reports. And I don't know why it's not giving me the right sales order. I will go and see if we can grab something else. All right, we're just going to pick something. So I'm going wild here and not sure exactly what I'm picking up here, but that's okay. We'll ship it anyway. We pulled in our order number. PCID is just a number that you may decide that you want to use in shipping. We have nothing in here for PCID in our test database. If your company uses it, you'll be able to use the search box. We can stage the shipment if we have stages put into our system. This says that the document type that we're creating is a packing slip. That's the only thing that we have in drop-down box. You may have another document in your company that you need to use. Legal number is required at times for example, a foreign shipment. And so this legal number will populate. If you notice, it's grayed out. The system will default to the pack ID as soon as we hit save. The legal number will populate there. And the status right now it's not shipped, it's just out there. We have a ship date of 8/24. We can change that. It's defaulting to today's date. If we're doing the packing slip today, but we are going to actually ship it tomorrow, we can in fact change that date. Based on the order that we brought in, it will populate our customer name. It will populate our ship to based on the sales order. We can change the shipping person, but normally it'll default in. And the same thing with entry person, it's going to pick up whoever's entering it. There is a log that's kept about shipping behind the scenes that we could access, and we can also put a label comment on our packing slip if we so desire. If we're going to ship it via a common carrier or via UPS or FedEx, we can enter our tracking number, include our weight and our weight unit of measure. If you are still on Classic, the unit of measure becomes extremely important, especially as you move forward to Kinetic. Became important in version 10.2, and it's even the upgrade is important as in Kinetic as well. We can also say how we're going to package it. Package could be a pallet, it could be a carton. You would enter these codes into your system as well to default in. And here's the package measurements, length, width, height, and again, your unit of measure, all of which would be required for our carriers. So that's the top pod where we have the header detail. Next, we have to add a shipment line. So we're going to go down here and we are going to add a line here. So again, we're going to go to the plus sign and hopefully it's going to let me. There's possibility there's not one on this order. So let me look up and see if we can find another line. Let me go to a different packing slip and we'll try it again. I'm going to see if I can't find that 5373 order, because there we go. Never fails when you're teaching something that things go wrong. So I'm going to try and pick this one as a test. All right, let's go back and let me unship. Possibly that line has been shipped already. So we'll go on instead of trying to figure this out. We would add a shipment line. You do that by adding the plus sign here, and it's going to pull in the line, the order release, the part number, and you can tell the system how many you are actually going to ship on this particular packing slip. You can add miscellaneous charges to a packing slip as well. Again, you can hit the plus sign and this will populate for you, and you can pick whatever miscellaneous charges you might want to add. You can add comments to your packing slip. These will print out on the packing slip, so make sure that you know what your customer is going to want to see. You can do tax liability on the packing slip. It's been suggested by a couple of CFOs and controllers that they don't want to see it added here, but if that's something that your company uses, you would fill out that particular pod. And then we can also do manifest information. So you'll see that some of this would really apply, for example, if you use UPS or FedEx. You can check the COD box here. You can apply handling and insurance charges as well. At this point, we would mark it that the packing slip is shipped. Let me pull one up and we'll go ahead and we'll try shipping this test one. And it's going to tell you if we're missing anything. It doesn't like it. I do apologize. This worked yesterday just fine, and now it's not working at all. Let me hit save and see if it'll save the packing slip and put in a order. Okay, I'm sorry, that's not going to work for us. So the detail that should have come out is when we hit save, and then we can print using this. Here's, we can add a new packing line if we want to, and it just plain is not going to like this. There we go. It did add a new shipment line for us, so that's a good thing. We're making a little bit of progress here. So let's go back to our general ops and let's look at some of the other categories as well. So here we can put in a bill of lading if we want. We've got a sample that's actually in here. So let's look at our sample. And again, up pops the different boxes that we have. So it's going to pull in the bill of lading. It'll auto-populate that. It'll bring in the customer ID and the supplier. And note that we have the plus sign. We could add a new line to this bill of lading and enter some more packages and let it know. You'll notice the package code here is that it's a carton and it's not an individual item. So we did in fact add several codes to these to the package. One time ship to is if you want to ship this to something that's not standard in your system. So it gives you a lot of opportunities to individualize this particular shipment. If you use landed costs, This is generally for receiving, so we're going to skip that. Container receipt is generally for shipment. Customer shipment entry and Kinetic, it's just going to give us a little bit different interface, and we'll pop open this packing slip so that we can take a look at it. And you can see it's not a lot different, except that now we have from inventory or from manufacturing. So where are we pulling this shipment from? It gives you more on shipping comments, invoice comments, and header comments. It tells you the country of origin. So you have a lot more fields in the Kinetic version. You can hit mark 4, what customer. You can say this is a warranty shipment, and you can also do a sales component issue. So here you could pull in different parts in order to for your sales kit. So a sales kit would be nothing more than if you're shipping a computer, you wouldn't just want to necessarily ship a computer. You may want to also include a mouse, a keyboard, and maybe even a monitor. And so you could actually pull in the entire sales kit here to on the shipping screen. Let's go back to our menu. So that's the difference between the regular and the entry. We can go to a customer's shipment summary, and let's pick one that's filled out. And this is just giving you the different details of the shipment. So it is just a summary. You'll notice that you have no addition lines over here like you normally would. This is really just for information only, but it can come in handy if you're trying to find out if something shipped and what happened with it. If you're doing a drop shipment entry, um, we'll look at this packing slip again. This one is slightly different. This is our ship to customer and our sold to customer. You might be drop shipping items. This is where you would fill in this particular packing slip. And you would say, here's the drop ship lines. Again, here you can pull in your pending line, and you can also do a mass drop shipment. So if we did a mass drop shipment, it would pull in all the lines that are pending for this particular order. Here we can do a ship all if we want. So if we brought in different lines, here we can just say ship everything. So we could add a line and then we could drop ship the line. So notice I added something. Your master pack, here you can bring in multiple items. So here again, we have the line detail. We can add the packing slip. We can add the packing slip detail, and we can pull out the manifest info the same way. So the master pack list would be actually if you are sending out items from the same sales order. This is when you would do the master pack list. You can see down here, it'll tell you the master pack number, and you're just going to pull in the lines for that particular sales order. On the the Packout entry is a little bit different. I'm going to skip to that temporarily. So on this particular packing slip, we're going to add one here, and this one is actually going to be like a grocery list. So you're going down the aisle and you're picking part 1, part 2, part 3. You would use this for your direct sales, would be very common for you to use this particular one. So we can add a line on the bottom. So if we have an order number, we can pick the order number. Let's see if we can pick one. And once we have this, we can actually start picking items to add to our list under our details. So you can see the detail there, and you can just keep getting lines. Again, on Kinetic, anytime you see three dots, you would want to pop it up and explore that. We don't have time to go over all of those as well. In this one, we can get various information on the Packout entry. Like on a Packout, it would be important to get the pack weight, because if you're doing a grocery list, you're probably shipping it on one pallet or in one box. And so you would want to get the pack weight so that you could let the shipper know. Uh, we also have miscellaneous shipment entries. Miscellaneous is good because it allows you to ship just about anything that you want to. You can tie it to a job, you can tie it to an order, or you could just ship something. One of the things that I've seen this used for especially is when you, let's say you ship an order and you've actually pulled in all the lines, but you find out later on that you forgot to ship something. This is when you would use a miscellaneous shipper, and you could in fact tie it to the order so that you know that you actually have in fact shipped the part, but you wouldn't want to create a regular packing slip, because that would be pulled into invoicing, and you wouldn't want to necessarily invoice that particular item. Um, Another thing that we have is we can look at our stage shipments and confirm the entry. I want to get into subcontracts really. It's hard to cover all of this stuff in the half hour that we have agreed to, so I'm just kind of giving you an overview. So subcontractor shipment entry. I've seen where in real life, sometimes the shipping person will do a miscellaneous packing slip when we're sending stuff to our subcontractors. What happens is then we lose track of what we've shipped out that's being worked on, and we want to make sure that we're tracking it so that we can actually bring it back in when it's completed. Provides better visibility on the shop floor, and for the scheduler, it'll provide better visibility as well, so everybody is in the loop. So all we have to do here is we do the same thing as we have done in the past. We would pull in a pack line, and you can see down here, we've pulled it in from this particular job. So there's an operation that we're pulling it from, assembly 0, operation 10, and we'll say that from that operation, we want to send a quantity of 5 of this part number to this plating company. Um, and it's just giving us the information down there where it's coming from. And now from here, we can create a packing slip. We can add comments, and we can also add manifest information if we need to on this screen as well. When the subcontractor is done, we'd want to make sure that we reseat it back into the system so that everybody is aware that the part has arrived back and that they can continue on the manufacturing side. So that's I want to be cognizant of your time. You can void a packing slip if you want, just using void pack. And then, of course, you've got all of your different trackers right from this screen. So that comes in handy when you're trying to ship. So that's a quick and dirty. This is the shipping module. Does anybody have any questions?
And if you've got a question, go ahead and type it into the chat window there, and we'll read them out and try and get answers for you. And good job, Barb, for sometimes the demos just never go as you plan and you have to pivot a little. You did good.
It's okay. Um, it's difficult to show you, but one thing that I want to encourage you is you should all have test databases or some kind of a training database, I would encourage you that if you are thinking about moving to Kinetic, or if you're in Kinetic now, just play with it on the training side and use the help screens and just get to learn how to use it. If you, are getting some feedback about what kind of things you would like to see in future trainings. A lunch and learn is very difficult because it's only a half hour. But if you want more training, please make sure that you give us a call back and we can do a much deeper dive into this part of the system.
All right. I haven't seen any questions come in, so I think we'll go ahead and end here, Barb. And
Okay.
thank you everybody for attending. Like I said, we'll have this is recorded. We'll have it pushed out to our YouTube channel probably in a few weeks. And if you want, just let your coworkers know about our lunch and learns, and we'll invite them. And an email should be going out when the new video is there. If you're not on that list, you can email sales@codabears.com and they'll get you added. Thanks again, everyone. Hope you have a good afternoon, and we'll terminate here.